Yo, what's up guys? So today we're going to be talking about the Triad Medusa deck, which is a new deck, my new deck that I got. It is a very, very pretty deck, like very aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to go over this deck in 3 parts, and the times will be right here. But first is going to be the specs of it. Second is going to be what I like about it. Third is going to be what I don't like about it. So, what the specs are, it is a 20.5 by 4.7 wide deck. It has boxed ends, and the head tube angle is 82.5. The weight of it is 3.7 pounds. Now it has a cutout on the bottom, as I showed you guys the graphic, which love this graphic, even though you never see it. But then it has Triad at the front and a huge cutout. Then on the actual head tube, it has cutout right here, and it is curved. The inside of the head tube hollowed out, and yeah, it is a very, very cool deck because of the things that it has. So first, it has removable dropouts. Now it comes with two types of dropouts. These are the 24mm dropouts, and it comes with 28mm dropouts. So if you have 28, if you're riding the Oath Bermuda, I think, or the Stalker wheels, I know are 28mm wide. If you're riding those, then you would need to put on the 28mm ones because they're a bit wider than honeycore wheels, which is what I ride, or what I'm riding right now. Then another cool thing is this brake. So let me just take it off real quick. Alright, so getting back to this brake. Get it out. So this brake is really cool because it's a fender, and then there's this bolt on the bottom. So if you look on the top, there's 3 nut things, and then if you loosen that bolt on here, so let's say now on this deck it would be unnecessary because of how small it is, but if you wanted to ride a Chetty fender, just if you did, take the bolt off right here, this bolt, then take the brake and you just slide it out, then it's a Chetty fender. And to put it back, you have to slide. There's this little slot right here, and the brake looks like this up close. So you take this flat part, you put it into that slot, then you take your nut and you tighten it in right there on that bottom one. So because I ride my brake, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put it back in real quick. Sometimes it can be annoying, and sometimes it's a dream to put in. But you just have to push it in, and then yeah. So I want to talk a little bit more about these dropouts. So the dropouts, they are labeled crap, you can't see that. There you can. So not really well, but okay, there. So see where it says 120-R? So this is the right side, and this is the left. And how I like to do it, the right side has the Triad logo, left side has Triad on it. And then also, instead of you having to put a nut in here, it's threaded on this part about quarter, in between a quarter and a half an inch. It's like thread. This is the axle. The axle on. So if you were to do it one, you would have to thread it into the left side, but in the right side, it fits all the way in, and it's like that. Now there's these little lips, because to do this, you slide it. There's the structure wall of the deck. Slide it, put this little lip right here over that structure wall, and you slide it in. Now, talking about the grip tape, this deck does come with grip tape. I didn't like it, so I took it off. This deck is a really easy deck to grip tape. The only hard part is right here at the head tube, because it has this indentation part where it goes in, and it's a little bit harder to do that. Let's see, what else? Pretty sure that's everything. But to take the brake out, you have to take the dropouts out, which I don't know why I put them back in, because to put the brake back in, you have to take the dropout. You have to have the dropouts out. Anyway, so this deck, another thing that I like about it is right here. So see how it's kind of long on the brake holes? So that means that you can take your brake and scoot it like all the way back for 125 millimeter wheels. Then you can scoot it right there for 120 millimeter wheels. And not that it gives that much of a difference, but you have a little bit more foot room. Speaking of the foot room, let me put this brake back in. Okay, let me go get my tape measure real quick, and then we'll get the foot room. Alright, I cannot find my tape measure, but we're just going to eyeball it. So, this is about 6 inches right here. So you got 6. So you have a foot and about 13.5 inches of foot room with the brake all the way back. And I'm going to just say that it's basically the same with the brake all the way, all the way in. One last thing that I like about this deck. So, on the bottom here, you'll see that there's this little insert. And if your brake, where you have to tighten your brake in, you can fit your 6 millimeter in here and tighten it if it ever comes loose, which I think is a very cool thing. Now, the things that I don't like about this deck, okay? For the size of it, it's the exact weight of my tilt stage 1 deck was, which I don't like that. Another thing, the headset cup is set down a little bit more. So usually on a headset cup, it's set to where the headset bearing is a little bit up. Well, with this one on, the headset cup is directly in line with the top of the headset cup, which I don't really like, because that means that to put my headset cap on, if I just put it on with the crown race holds your fork in straight, it rubs on the deck. So that means I have to put, so for this one, where this one is very it has a big lip, I have to put 5 millimeter headset ring, and then that makes it to where it's basically perfect. Now, testing something out here. If I put 2mm. Oh, 2mm would work just fine. But I think I'm gonna keep the 5 because I like that look of it being a little bit more up. Then also, now this is just because I was riding a 5 wide for my last deck. 5.0s. I have a lot harder time doing 5.0s than I did on my 5 wide. Not because it's like any harder, it's just the thought of, it's really just me, but it's because on the 5 wide it's a little bit wider on each side, so on 5.0s you have a bit more error room, and it just kind of helps me with my confidence of the trick. But if I just go at the trick like I'm confident, then like if I'm like I got it, then I'm good. Now my whole scooter, this deck, just needs one tool, or not one tool, but to tighten the back wheel needs one tool, a 6mm, which at the Vol First scooters you can pick up these tri-tools. It has a 4mm, 5mm, and a 6, which are like the 3 things that you'll need from most scooters, because most brakes use a 4mm. This one uses a 3, so just missed it. But that's okay, because I had extra tools. But another thing that I don't like about this, the 3mm, because I mean they could have easily done a 4mm, and then also how the tightening is on the left side instead of the right. That's just personal preference because I'm right-handed, but would have helped. I think that's all. I don't like the grip tape that comes with it. It doesn't feel as grippy. This is just some random grip tape that I bought, just random black grip tape. It's really grippy, and I got a lot of it, so I have to use it somehow. But I'm gonna put my scooter back together, and as you can tell by the montage that's about to start playing, and music should start now, but as you can tell, I have been riding this I've had it for about a week, and I love the deck. Like, I would not trade it for any other deck. I'm definitely gonna drill speed holes on the top, make it lighter, and yeah. So let's get into the montage of the deck, and then just me riding.